Welcome to Aldi Best Buys for the air fryer. As an avid air fryer user and a huge fan of Aldi, I wanted to combine the two to show you what are the best buys for Aldi for the air fryer. I've gone shopping with Dominic. I picked up lots and lots of my favourites. And then, of course, they're not going to let me film in Aldi. So I'm going to take you outside with my trolley and show you through everything I've just bought for the air fryer and give you some great air fryer recipe suggestions. Hey, this is Samantha here from RecipeThis.com, and if you've not heard of me before, then I run Recipe This with my husband Dominic, which is a food website that specialises in teaching people how to cook with kitchen gadgets. It features ones like Instant Pot, air fryer, slow cooker, soup maker, bread machine and such like. But one thing is that whilst I love my kitchen gadgets, my second love is shopping at Aldi and saving money on groceries and saving money generally in the day-to-day living costs. For example, take a look at the picture of me that you see now on the screen. That was actually taken in the Black Forest in Germany after myself and my family went on an 8-week camping trip throughout Europe. We visited 8 countries, and best of all, we did it on the smallest of budgets. I think most people probably spend more money on 2 weeks in Lanzarote than what we spent on 8 weeks of fun-filled laughter and lots of adventures. But back to the food. I've always loved the idea of saving money on food, and I've just arrived back in England after living in Portugal for many years. I don't have cupboards and fridge freezers full of food. I'm starting from scratch because we've moved house, and I thought it would be a great time to do an Aldi challenge at the same time. So now you know more about me. Let me know about yourself in the comments. I would love to help you save money on groceries, and hopefully some of these ideas will be really helpful to you. I also wanted to mention before we get started a few points to be aware of. I consider shopping at Aldi going in blind because they always have different deals going on and you don't necessarily know what all those deals are before you go. So I tend to shop at Aldi first and maybe think, right, I need 4 or 5 meats for the week, but I don't mind what those meats are, and I find that you get better value for money than doing that rather than saying, oh, I'm just going to buy X this week. The second thing is salads and dips at Aldi are fantastic. The thing about them is that they're often on the yellow stickers and they make fantastic fillers for food. For example, you can just grab some of their salad, serve it on the side for dinner. And then with the dips, what the dips are fantastic for is mixing into your dinners so that you've got a creamy sauce. So let's say you're doing chicken breast in a mustard sauce, you can add in one of these dips to make it nice and creamy. You can also use it to build yourself a potato bar. So let's say you're having jacket potatoes night, you can just add all these dips to the dinner table and they're just fantastic for people mixing and matching what they're having on their jacket potato. And then next, what I like to do at Aldi, which I've done since I first shopped there in 2003, is to build up a pantry. By this I mean, if you're on a low income, and you haven't got much food in, I recommend that you buy one item for your pantry each week, and then you can kind of build it up, and then that's your fallback if your wages are paid late, or if you want to go a couple of days without paying for some food so that you can save some money. It's great for that. You can be stockpiling things like tin tomatoes, flour, sugar, tea bags, whatever it is that you think that you'll always need and that you could survive on if you had to go a few days without grocery shopping. And then next, I like to think about doing recipes that double up recipes. Cook once, eat twice is the motto. And basically that means that you make a bigger pot of food and then you're reheating the leftovers or freezing them and then reheating for another day. It's fantastic for saving money as well. And we have many recipes that we'll be featuring in these videos that fall under that rule. And of course, there's always this misconception that Aldi food is all unhealthy. I admit that when I first started shopping at Aldi, I was 21, I'm there for their biscuits. They used to do a box of broken biscuits that I used to get excited about. They had brilliant chocolate. They had all the fizzy drinks that I could possibly want. And you kind of thought about Aldi like that, but the reality is that they do some delicious, healthy food in Aldi. And it's very easy to eat healthy when you shop there. So don't just think, oh, it's processed food and freezer food, because it's really not. Once you look through the different recipes we feature at Aldi, you'll see that a lot of them are healthy. Though, of course, if you don't want to be healthy and you just want to throw frozen chicken wings from Aldi in the air fryer, that's fine too. And then, of course, the last thing to mention is that this follows a series. What happened is I was planning a big video to do for you, and then I thought to myself, this video is going to be huge. And we all have different interests in Aldi. Some of you will just want to see my grocery haul, whilst others would like to see my meal plan using those groceries, or how I order it with my supplies from Aldi. So what I've done is I've split it into a series of 5 videos so that you can follow them along at home at your own pace. And don't forget to check out our free air fryer mini course. It's fantastic if you're new to the air fryer or you're looking for new and exciting tips on how to use the air fryer. It's a 5-day mini course delivered by email. It's totally free and it's great for using alongside the air fryer recipes that we've mentioned today. So I'm heading out to Aldi's and I'm looking for some great things to cook in the Instant Pot. And once I've been in there, I'll come out and show you my trolley, and you can see why I get so excited about shopping at Aldi. So this is what I recommend you buy at Aldi to cook in the air fryer. First of all, let's talk steak. Sirloin steak is absolutely fantastic air fried. Then of course salmon, just as good, perfect for healthy lunch. That's what me and Dominic have a lot for lunch. Skinny meatballs, they are absolutely fantastic in the air fryer. You can keep it even healthier by serving over some spaghetti squash. A big giant pack of chicken breasts. They are absolutely brilliant, and what I do is I package them up into portions and then freeze them, and then you can cook air fry frozen chicken breast or just cook them fresh. Then of course sweet potatoes, they're fantastic, cubed, sliced, made into chips. However you like them, you can air fry them. Then peppers, I use these the most in my breakfast potatoes, egg cups and such like. Now what else have we got in here? Quarter pounders, absolutely delicious, are the skinny beef quarter pounders from Aldi. Lettuce, reduced down to 75% off. We'll be using that to make the typical burger in a bowl, which is just yummy. And of course we have a recipe for that in Recipe This. And cherry tomatoes, again reduced down to 75%. You can air fry them on their own, but I prefer them with some tuna steaks. Now what else have we got? Oh yes, another favourite of mine, halloumi. You can make air fry halloumi burgers, halloumi fries. You can just do whatever you want with it really, and it's lovely grilled in the air fryer. And one thing I had recommended to me by a Slimming World member is the British skinny pork sausages, and they are yummy as well. And let's not forget about the eggs, shall we? You can do air fryer soft boiled eggs or hard boiled eggs, and you get 15 in a pack, and that does us for the week. And then this big one here is a gammon joint, unsmoked. Look at the size of it. It's 2 kilos, this one, and it's ideal for on the skewers in the air fry oven. I mentioned the meatballs to you, didn't I? Bacon bits, I can chop it up and I can cook it in the air fryer with some potatoes. Apples, I managed to scoop them for 75% off. They're fantastic for apple chips in the air fryer. What have I got? Oh, my
favourite of them all, baby potatoes. You can literally just load them into a bowl with seasoning and extra virgin olive oil and then air fry them in 17 minutes, and they're the most amazing thing ever. And then of course, extra fine green beans, 8 minutes in the air fryer with a spray of extra virgin olive oil, and they're amazing. Pizza base, rolled up ready, just roll it out and you have a pizza in the air fryer. And then the Greek yogurt, which I just used for serving with so many different things. It works brilliantly in an air fryer for tartar as well. So there you have it. Those are the foods I recommend the most that you cook in the air fryer using Aldi produce. Aldi is absolutely amazing and I highly recommend it.
So you've seen my trolley full with lots of the air fryer best buys that I recommend, that you buy at Aldi and then take it home and cook it in the air fryer. But there's a few things I haven't mentioned. First of all, I know that there'll be people reading this or listening to this or watching this that live in the US, and it's like, this is UK Aldi. I'll tell you now that a lot of the products are very similar in the US Aldi to the UK Aldi. I know this because I've got many friends and fans and readers of Recipe This that are in the US. So just think, go for something similar in the US and you'll also find some really good deals. And then secondly, what I wanted to do was to share with you my top 7, because I've shown you so many different foods that I've bought, my trolley full for the air fryer from Aldi, and I just want to run through the things that I believe you must buy from Aldi. If you're not much of an Aldi shopper, these are where to start. So first of all, sirloin steak. The sirloin steak in Aldi is absolutely fantastic. It freezes well. You can cook it from frozen in the air fryer or cook it thawed, and it's perfect for a quick dinner. And of course, you can cook air fryer steak and chips at the same time. Next on the list is gammon. Long story short, a couple of Christmases ago, we couldn't decide what we fancied for our Christmas dinner. So me and Dominic agreed that we would use the rotisserie feature on our air fry oven and cook whatever meat we considered to be the best, which of course is gammon or roast ham as you might call it, and it cooks perfectly on the rotisserie. So grab one of the bigger gammon joints from Aldi and cook it in your air fry oven because it is amazing. And then next on the list was one that I'd had recommended to me in a Facebook group, I think, and it was Aldi's Skinny Burgers. I tried these with, you see in the trolley that I've got some lettuce as well. We've made a burger in a bowl, so it's like the salad, it's a salad burger really. So you've got the salad at the bottom with your sauce, and then you've got your burger on top. So it's like a healthier take on a burger because you've got no bun. And it's absolutely delicious using the skinny burgers in the air fryer from Aldi. And then next on the list, which might be a surprise, is the mixed peppers. They do a pack of 3 in Aldi. They're very cheap. And what gets me about them is they really seem to last compared to some of the other fruits and vegetables at Aldi. And I use them a lot for making air fry omelettes, air fry breakfast casseroles, frittatas, egg cups, and you can also just cook them on their own in the air fryer or make chicken fajitas in the air fryer too. So you've got a lot of potential with the mixed peppers, and they can just be sat in the fridge and then you can use them as and when you need them. And then next on the list is eggs. I love air fry soft boiled eggs or air fry hard boiled eggs. And obviously I'm using eggs from doing my egg cups and my omelettes and things as well. So I always buy them from Aldi. They sell them in a pack of 15, so they can last quite a while. Normally get 2 packs of 15, and that's enough for our family of 4. And then next on the list is, I suppose I would call this my #1 ingredient from Aldi for the air fryer, and that is halloumi. You can buy it, a small portion of it. You can slice it in half lengthways, and that is enough to make 2 halloumi burgers. You can also use it for a halloumi pasta dish, air fry it, and then it's got that lovely crisp to it, and it's just amazing. Just think of all the ways you cook halloumi, and a lot of them you can convert to the air fryer. And then last but not least, what you also saw in my trolley, and this is my true favourite side dish for the air fryer, which if you are not on a low carb diet, you will absolutely love this for its simplicity and taste and texture. And that is to grab a pack of baby potatoes, literally throw them in a dish, extra virgin olive oil, seasoning how you prefer, toss with your hands. Don't use a spatula because it just doesn't do a good enough job mixing it properly. You know, your hands won't hurt touching the potatoes. I say that because I get so many trolls moaning at me that I use my hands to mix with, but it's natural. Look at chefs, they don't use spatulas, do they? So anyway, back to these potatoes. So once you've mixed them in a bowl, load them in the air fryer, 17 minutes, and you've got perfect air fry baby potatoes. We've got a separate video for this on YouTube. If you have a look for that, then you can see them in action. But seriously, it's just throw them in a bowl, season and oil, air fryer, and it's just no peeling, not much different effort compared to putting frozen potatoes in, and they taste so good, and the crisp on them is amazing. And those are the 7 things that I recommend the most out of all my different Aldi things. And I've also written a blog post for you over at recipethis.com where I list everything in full, and I give you all the recipes that you need to be able to make it. So all these recipe suggestions I've just done, you'll find them over there. So if you search on recipethis.com for Aldi, you'll find that there among a lot of our other Aldi ideas that we've put together for you. For the final part of this video, what I wanted to talk about is the best Aldi tips for success. Things that I recommend you do to make your savings on Aldi groceries even bigger, and also to make your meals more interesting and fun. First of all, go shopping at 6 p.m. Forget those 9 a.m. shops, I want to get it over and done with thing, because the best deals can be had when you shop at Aldi at 6 p.m. This is because they're marking down the yellow stickers, and you're more likely to find the produce that's got 75% marked off it. You know, I didn't actually get this during my 28-day challenge that I've just done for you. I actually got it just the other day, and that was, I went in, it was just after Christmas, and I managed to get some lamb loin roast and some lamb shoulders at 75% off. If I'd gone in the morning, I wouldn't have got those deals. So that shows you the kind of deals you can get. You know, the best ones will always be off the meat. But, you know, you can always stockpile your bread for the week and do that kind of thing too. It doesn't just have to be about the meat. And then second on the list is I recommend that you regularly do a grocery audit. By grocery audit, what I'm talking about is, let's say it's 2 days before you're due to go grocery shopping. You get your pen and paper out and you list everything that you've got left. You particularly make notes of things that have got dates that are coming up, or ones where the fruit and veg are looking like they are past their best. And the idea here is that you're going to cook these foods first. You're going to remember all these great foods that you've got in that you forgot about, that are at the back of your freezer, at the back of your cupboards, and you can bring new life to them. And let's say it's 2 days before grocery shopping and you want to save some money, and you found enough to make a few meals with, then what you could do is you could delay the grocery shop for another 2 days. So instead of grocery shopping in 2 days, it's 4, and then maybe you've even got enough to miss a week and actually save quite a bit. Or you could go into Aldi's and just spend £6 just getting a few essentials that you can work with these ingredients, such as topping up your milk, your eggs, and other dairy that you haven't got. And then next, we live in this world where we're obsessed with these yellow stickers. I know, I'm obsessed with them. And what I've found is that you end up buying the ones for things that you don't actually want and that you're not going to use. So just look at that yellow sticker. Are you actually going to eat it? Or are you just being greedy and getting it because it's on yellow sticker? You know, I've often turned them down because they've got salad on discount. I've already got some salad in. I ain't going to eat it by the time it comes along. Or they've got 75% off bread for the millionth time, and I've still got some bread in the freezer. You know, it's under those kind of circumstances that I walk away from them. And then next, repurposing your leftovers. By this, I mean, instead of just throwing away your leftovers, place them back in the fridge and make sure your next meal comes from them. A good example of this, which we've done during our 28-day Aldi meal plan, is taking some corned beef hash, that of course is made with carrots, potatoes and corned beef from Aldi, and then the leftovers were made into pasties. I mean, every British person loves a pasty, right? I know I do. I absolutely love them. So what I recommend you do is, let's say you've just got, I don't know, 4 tablespoons left of some corned beef hash you made. Normally you chuck that because you say, oh, that's not enough to feed somebody. But that is enough to fill 4 pasties with, because pasties don't actually have that much filling in them. And then you've got a fantastic, a great upsell, I like to call it, because it's like you're upcycling it, because you're making corned beef hash really, really good and delicious. And you can do the same with so many others. I mean, you can make a stew and then turn them into Cornish pasties. You know, you can use leftover cheese and onion from your jacket potatoes and their cheese and onion pasties, and so much more. And of course, don't forget, those vegetable scraps make amazing instant pot vegetable stock. You know, so those are just a few ideas, but always remember to make use of your leftovers. Our problem is we use our leftovers so much that sometimes we think we've bought too much food because we haven't actually got through all the food. So stuff ends up getting thrown in the freezer because we're like, oh my God, did we really buy that much food? But we didn't buy that much food. It's just that we've made use of every bit of the leftovers. And then, of course, to bulk up your meals with yellow stickers. You look at some yellow stickers and think to yourself, oh, I can't really do anything with that. But think again, there is so much choice. For example, what we did is I got some yellow stickers, and one of the ingredients I got, again, this is in our video for the Aldi meal plan, is we got some stickers for some lamb steak. Only one lamb steak, you know. We're a family of 5. Well, I call ourselves a family of 5, but we're like feeding 4 people because 2 of them are small children. And I got this lamb steak, and what I did with it was I chopped up the steak and it became lamb stew and dumplings. The stew and dumplings itself was very cheap, and we'd used leftovers from a vegetable stew and dumplings, so we were simply bulking up the meal with a great Aldi 75% off sticker. And then last on the list for my tips actually came to me through a conversation I had with a great friend of mine. And he works for a more upmarket supermarket, let's say, compared to Aldi. And his one comment about where he works is that, unlike Aldi, the fruit and veg lasts a lot longer. And that's very true. Fruit and veg at Aldi doesn't seem to have the longevity that a lot of other places have. So what I recommend you do is you meal prep as soon as you've got home from the groceries, and then think about how you're going to use them. For example, if you've got some vegetables and you're planning on having a vegetable stew, prep it when you get home, and then you can cook it, and the stew will last a lot longer in the fridge over a few days rather than just leaving your vegetables on the side. So kind of think of how you're going to use that food so that you can make use of them before they waste. And of course, that's just a few tips. There's so much things to learn about Aldi, and I hope I've given you some really good pointers. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the Recipe This family. Recipe This can be found on Twitter, Facebook. We also have our own Facebook group, Pinterest, and best of all, there is the recipethis.com/newsletter. In the weekly newsletter, we share with you the latest tips and tricks, as well as the latest recipes that you can cook at home using your kitchen gadgets. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you'll be in the loop whenever we post new videos.